Hi, my name is Katie and I'm a speech and language therapist working in Lanarkshire. In this short video, I've tried to give you some ideas and examples of different things that you can be doing at home with your child to help build on their vocabulary. What's great about this is that you already have everything that you need, and we know that the home is a really important place for our child to start learning and using language. This is because it's familiar to them and they're going to be hearing the same types of words being used repeatedly. If you would like a little bit more information or guidance on age-appropriate activities, then the BBC's Tiny Happy People is a website that's been developed alongside speech and language therapists, and I would recommend having a little look at that. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is labelling. Now I'm sure many of us are doing this naturally when we are teaching our child new vocabulary, and this is when we name different objects that we can see around us. So I have a couple of examples here of different everyday objects we might find in the house, like a soap, a telephone, a plant and a pillow, and also have here a clock. So it can help our child if they hear the new word being used many times. It can also help if we allow the child to hold the item whilst they're hearing it, and also, if possible, to use the object for its intended purpose. So I also have here a toothbrush, and it can help our child if they see us brushing our teeth, hearing the word toothbrush and allowing them to brush their teeth with it, hearing the word toothbrush being used many times. So once we've taught our child lots of different labels, we can add to this by using descriptive words. So using the examples there, I have the soap and I could describe it as blue and how it's quite small. And if I was using it to wash my hands with my child, we could describe it as slippy soap. I also have the clock here, and we could talk about how it's round and how there's numbers and how there's hands and there's two of them. And I could also talk about the pillow, how it feels soft and how it's white with little purple elephants. So there really is lots around us in our homes that we can describe to our child. And another thing to try is if our child does use a label or name an object, we can repeat it back to the child, adding a descriptive word. So for example, if our child says ball, we can say, yes, a bouncy ball. And by doing this, we're acknowledging to the child, you're right, you've got the right label, but we can extend this and add a descriptive word. And it's these types of things that are going to help our child move from using one-word utterances into short sentences. So after we have labelled and described objects, like a yellow banana and a crunchy apple, we can start to compare them to one another. And we can do this by teaching the concept of same and different. Initially, to help our child learn this is to use the terms same and then not the same. And when we feel like they've got an understanding of that, then use the word different. So for example, we have an apple and another apple. They are the same, but we have an apple and a banana. They're not the same. They are different. And another activity at home we can do to help develop their understanding of these concepts is pairing of socks. So here we have two socks, but they're not the same. They are different. But why are they not the same? Well, this one is spotty and this one is stripy. But here we have two socks. This one's blue with dinosaurs and this one's blue with dinosaurs. So they are the same. And we can also teach the words pair. That makes a pair of socks. The last thing I'm going to talk about is grouping. If you have a think of when your child goes to nursery in school, they're usually taught things in different topics, for example, the weather or shapes. We do this because it helps our child to remember and later use these words if all related vocabulary is taught at the same time. So an activity that I'm going to quickly show you is the feely bag activity, and what I've put inside a pillowcase is items that are related to one another, is probably being found in the kitchen. Other groups that you could try this with are clothing items, fruit and vegetables, if you've got little different farm animal figures or transport figures. And what's involved in this activity is that you create quite a lot of excitement around the bag, what's inside, ask your child if they'd like to have a little look. And what I'd do is I'd spend some time looking, labelling and describing these objects. So I'll quickly show you what I've got inside. So I have a yellow jug, I'll talk about the handle and I might mimic pouring with it. I also have a red stripy towel and we might pretend to dry things up. I also have a spoon with a pink handle and I might pretend to have my dinner. And I also have a cup with a red lid and I might teach opening and closing. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it's given you some ideas of different strategies and activities that you can try at home.
You can follow NHS Lanarkshire Speech and Language Therapy Children and Young People Service on our social media, on Twitter at SLT North and at SLT South Lan, and on Facebook search for Speech and Language Therapy NHS Lanarkshire. You can contact us via our email address sltinquiry@lanarkshire.scot.nhs.uk or phone our helpline number on 01698 687 606.